All right, guys. So here we are, right back at the video again. All right, so there's a few things I want to do. I think it's going to be a total of maybe six. I think, yeah, it looks like six, and then it'll be a bonus seventh one. So again, I kind of do this because these are things I think about, and I try to give information out the best way I can. Because, like I said before, let me straighten this camera up. We are on a new dynamic landscape, and this is a perfect opportunity to do this because this week I worked 1 week at my job. 1 day, I'm sorry, 1 day. And I have to make up for that day I don't work. So I've been out hustling and doing clothes, like I said, on the side. This is what maintains my income. Because if you have nothing and you work 1 day, what are you going to do? So you got to get out there and get creative. So let's start talking about a few of the things that I think you should take very seriously before you start a business. And this should help you on the way up. Number one, self-internalize yourself. Do that. What I mean by that is sit down, take a few minutes, and just analyze yourself. Excuse me. Because you're going to have to do this, because if you don't do it, you can't figure out what you're going to do, what you're going to be good at. You have to sit down and do this. Almost, to me, I do it every maybe 3 days to a week. I'll just sit there and be like, okay, so how did I do that this week to figure this out? Or what problem I had to do for this or that day? Or, I kept doing all these different things over and over again. And that helps me to run my small business better, because I could take it almost like your storage, take it out of your storage, put it in your trash, and get rid of it. So that's my first one. Make sure you internalize you. Don't be afraid to do it. As people say, you talk to yourself. Yeah, you can hear yourself. Go figure. I don't say it. The next one is master your skill. That's one thing that I cannot say enough of. Master your skill. Do not be afraid to master whatever you do. Don't worry about nobody else. Master your skill. So if you're good at making beef ribs so good that people down the street say, I smell that down the street, George. Master it to the point to where when you make them, they're going to be the best all the time. That's the one thing that I like doing. Be a constant professional no matter what you do, and just master your skill. And once you get done mastering that skill, master a bunch of other things. Just keep mastering them. Never stop. They're going to do nothing but get better as you go. That's what I'm telling you. I'm serious about that. So don't stop. No matter if it doesn't do good, try to figure out why it doesn't do good and keep doing it. If you love it, you'll keep putting life into it. So make sure you stay good at your skills. Stop worrying about what people think. That's my number three. I'm older, and I'm giving this advice saying, I remember a time when I cared what people thought. And now at the age I'm at now, it's just be like, I don't care anymore, because they're not going to be the one running my business. They're not the one that's going to help me. They're not going to be the one that's going to be up late nights. They're not going to be the one doing the hard work. They're not going to be the one putting gas in my car. They're not going to be the one repairing my car. They're not going to be the one paying my... That's why I just said all those variables mean something, because none of that doesn't matter what someone says. Man, and let me give you a little short story. I had this t-shirt design idea at one time, and I loved it. And this one guy, he was just hating on it. I was younger. I was probably about 19. He's like, man, that sucks, man. Don't do that, man. Ain't nobody gonna buy that. And I didn't do it. 2 weeks later, somebody told me, which thing's doing those shirts you said. And I asked him, he was like, look, man, fortune favors the bold. No, he was a dirtbag. But in one sense of the way, I couldn't really be mad, because he capitalized on something that I should have capitalized and not listened to him. So don't listen to people. Someone else will take that idea and they will do it. Let's see. Downtime. Number 4, this is very important. Sometimes I have work for long periods of time. Sometimes I don't have work for long periods of time. It's some days I might not have work for a day or two, sometimes a week. Then sometimes I have work every day of the week, from work and from my business. When you get downtime, take it. I don't care if you just lay down for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you take a 15-minute power nap, let me tell you, man, I get up like I'm ready to go after a 15-minute power nap. So make sure if you do anything, you take downtime. Don't even think about the business. Just sit there and watch some TV if you have to, read a book, whatever you need to do. Take you some downtime away from it, because sometimes I have to be away from the business, and because there's so many things you have to do. So remember, I said this. Take you some downtime, and this is in any business you have. You gotta take downtime. If you don't take no downtime, I was full of piss and vinegar in my 20s and 30s, but my 40s I felt it. I'm almost on 50. I understand now. I fell off a car at the junkyard, hurt myself. My doctor said, you do know that men of your age fall and they never walk right again, so be careful in them junkyards. So I had injured myself pretty bad. It was bad enough where I almost thought I broke my back when I fell. Because I fell, slipped, hit a car, hit another one, and hit the ground hard. So that's why I tell you, take downtime, because that was just something I was doing too much of. And when you do too much of something, you know you just start messing up. So walk away from it, take you some downtime. Let me see what another one. Oh, I like this one. My son told me this one day, and I loved it. Well, he said, we were just talking, and he said it. If you're going to be broke, don't be broke for all the wrong reasons. Be broke for the right reasons. And let me explain that to you. If you paid your bills, you did everything you had to do, and you broke at the end, and you feel like you didn't succeed at nothing, you're not broke. You took care of business. Mike Epps said that, and I always said that. Like, that's one of the coolest sayings. My son Emmanuel said that to me. He was like, I'd rather be broke for all the right reasons and all the wrong reasons. Somebody else like, now if you broke, it's just wrong. No, if you're investing in your business, what happens is later that business takes care of you. That's why I invest in my laundry detergent. That's why I invest in powdered detergent. Now, why powder and laundry? If you have powdered, you put that in your wash machine to get, because liquid soap does not have the triglycerides in it to get that stink out, but powder does. I learned that. So I invest in all these different items for my business. Sometimes, even after I give myself a little tenth, I sometimes have to buy another product, and then I might be broke, but that product is going to make me money. So if I'm going to be broke, it's going to be broke because I'm putting into my business and my savings and everything else. And then that way, next time, you're not dead broke. Now, dead broke is a whole different thing. So we're not going to talk about that. All right. So I got one more. What was it? Actually, I got two more. You'll like this one. Doubt is a luxury that you do not own anymore. If you're starting your business, you can't doubt. The minute you play that doubt game, you losing. You're losing. So don't doubt. Just try it. If it doesn't work, do it again. I heard somebody once say, why would I do it and fail and the next person see what the failure is, and then what they do is they go in and do it better than me? Bull. What happens is I know people that fail and they go back to the drawing board and they do it again. So I don't care about that. Don't doubt yourself. It's not a luxury that you can afford. Please get rid of doubt. I had doubt for years on certain things, but when I put that doubt to the side and really start, getting that locomotion forwards, I was fine. So take the doubt outside of your mind, sit down and say, I have to do this, and now I am good. And just keep it moving. Now, the last one, the bonus one that I wanted to kind of put in there, which it ain't a bonus, I'm just going to put it in there, is that be hard on yourself, but give yourself a time limit. This is something I just figured out. And I'm 48. And I mean, I'm talking maybe 5-6 years ago. I give myself a time limit to be hard on myself. And then once I get done with that time limit, I just throw that shit away now. I just throw it away. And it does work. I love to talk to my sons, because my sons, they tell me to my face, and I mean, they tell me just like I told them. And that is probably one of the most liberating things to ever have someone to just tell you straight to your face. You'd be like, oh. So let me give you an example. The time limit I'm hard on myself is, at first I used to do 45 minutes of hard on myself. And I figured that was too long, so I did 20. 20 minutes might be long to some people. But for 20 minutes, I'll write on a piece of paper what the hell I did, what the heck I did, what I messed up on, what I didn't do, what I should do, what this and that. And I look at all of it at the end. And then what I do is get rid of all the stuff that makes no sense, the stuff that made sense I use. Now, I know that's probably hard for you to look at or understand that, but you know what I'm talking about. If you were to sell a used car and everything went backwards and upside down, and you'd be like, well, I ain't holding the car for nobody no more. I'm not doing this, that. That's what I mean by that. Because sometimes when you sell something, you do something, it will it'll be a disaster. And when you got to be hard on yourself, but I put a time limit on being hard on myself. This is my second video like this. I'll probably, again, if I have another one with good advice or sound things, I'll put one up. But for right now, that's all I want to do, because Sometimes I just think when I'm ironing or I'm doing selling beads or I'm doing something, I'm selling packages out, I always try to think to myself, what could I do better? And it does help on all those things. So the list is there. Listen to the video a couple times. Take away from it what you can. Throw away what you can't. Like Brucey said, keep the useful and get rid of the useless. Is what you do. So if you're out there and you are self-employed, because see, I'm at the point now where I'm employed where if I don't go to work, I just work from home. And it actually balances because I do like going to work. So if I miss 3, 4 days, I'm like, I work from home. And if I don't have work, I take downtime. If I don't have downtime, I'm either creating or trying to network or trying to do something to make my business grow. So I hope this helps someone. Guys, one of my favorite mottos, and it is what I live by, is I adjust my hustle and I bet on me. Bet on yourself. Adjust your hustle. Bet on you. If you got a horse and you the horse runner, I'm betting on me. Win, lose, or draw. The heck with everybody else. It's just something that you do. All right, guys. I hope this helps someone. Keep watching the videos. I hope people are using this stuff because we are on that dynamic landscape now, which you're going to have to figure out how to survive. It's very weird. But if you need help, there's a lot of places that are giving help out. And there are people who will help. So if anybody has any questions and say, hey, man, what did you do? This, that, blah, blah. Comments, thumbs up, whatever you want to do. Because, again, this is kind of a hobby for me. And I do like doing these videos because they help me. You know, they liberate me in my own way as well. Because I like to give the information out. And for those who have great ideals, don't sleep on your great ideal. Don't do it. Make sure you got a good idea. You go out there, you try to make it happen. I actually have something new I'm working on. I got excited because I need to go get to it. All right, guys. Later.